Hello, you beautiful people around the world. My name is Ryan, and you guys are watching Some For All. And in today's video, I will finally be doing another market watch. Set 2 is right around the corner, and I know a ton of people are excited. And also, provisionals are starting today. Unfortunately, I will be busy, so I will not be participating. But I will definitely be watching. I definitely will be copying some of your guys' tech and learning from you guys. So don't worry, I'll definitely still be involved in some way. But with that being said, I want to talk about cards that I'm looking at, especially as we head into set 2, and cards that I think are pretty valuable, cards that I think have the potential to go up. If you have these, great. If you don't have them, maybe think about picking them up. This is just my personal opinion and just some of the stuff of what I'm doing. But before I get started, I just want to say shout out to Red Riot Games, shout out to Rochester CCG. These are two websites for me personally where I get my stuff whenever I order things. Links will be down below. No sponsorship, no nothing, just really good people, really good vendors. You know, at the end of the day, you want to support them. Of course, if you guys want to pre-order products, get stuff as well, buy boxes, you know, they have all that good stuff. So go ahead and take advantage of that. Also, Red Riot Games played in locals this week, came in second place, lost to Kirishima unfortunately, but I have an awesome deck profile coming out for you guys tomorrow for the deck that I ran. But without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about some cards. So first and foremost, the card that you guys see in the thumbnail, the card that I wish I had, Frigid Heatwave. Now this is just the UR version, right? It's just UR. There's a ton of URs in the game that right now, typically, to be honest, some are going for $5, some are going for $15, right? And they're good. They're good, right? Like, for example, one of them that I'm going to show you today, like, it's a good UR and it's nowhere near as expensive as this. But Frigid Heatwave, guys. I mean, let's not even talk about the XR because it's $100. But the UR version is basically a $50 card, and this is a card where some decks are playing it at 3, some decks are playing it at 4. I mean, it's such a good card. So let's go ahead and read it. If you have 6 or more range attacks in your discard pile, draw 2 cards. Like, who doesn't want an extra draw 2, especially if you're playing aggressive, especially if you're trying to go for that kill turn? This effect could be between you having your opponent live with 1 more life or you having that last attack to put you over the edge and winning. So, I mean, it's really good. And then on top of that, discard the top 3 cards of your deck. This attack gets +2 damage for each range attack discarded this way. So, it just has really good synergy with itself. It's just a solid card all around. Good stats, low block with 2. Low is one of the hardest zones in the game to block as well. So, why not have that, especially the modifier of 2? I mean, it's just a good card. Now, the reason why I am really sad that I never really picked this up, I mean, at one point it was going for $20. In my head, I was like, you know, I'm just gonna wait. You know, I'm like, Dobby's gonna come out at some point. I want to get all the range attacks. I'm sure you guys heard about me saying that in other videos. I was like, this will probably go down. But then it just kept going up and up and up and up, and it's probably going to continue to go up with the fact that Todoroki 2 is looking great. He's probably the one deck. So Todoroki, I'm not going to spoil my next video, but Todoroki's definitely at the top of my list for set 2 characters I want to play. I'm going to make a video talking about all the set 2 characters that I'm super excited to build and play. But with him, and then on top of that, you have what's his name? Endeavor coming into the game as well. Will we get another Tokoyami? Maybe. We know Tokoyami last time was fire, and he's a really big user of this card. Regular Todoroki 1 has been seeing a ton of play now, and he's also a great user of this card. So, like, again, Todoroki 2 could use it. Endeavor is probably going to use it, as we've seen from his card. He wants to discard cards as well because that's kind of the theme of fire. And then now Dobby, we still don't know, but as you guys know, Dobby is my favorite villain in all of My Hero Academia, so I need to build his deck, and I just have a feeling that he's probably going to be able to utilize Frigid Heatwave. I hope I'm wrong because I have 0 copies of this card. I literally own 0 copies of this card, so I hope I am wrong. But with that being said, it's probably going to be true. Ton of users going to be using this card going into set 2. I can only see this card going up. It's already really hard to get your hands on right now. I mean, look, like, there's only 3 cards here on TCG Player, on Rochester CCG. On Rochester CCG, let's check. I don't even know how to spell Frigid. Did I spell that right? Frigid Heat Wave. So they're going for $65 each on Rochester. So that is pretty nutty. And there's only 4 left. Red Riot Games. So they got them going for 40. Oh, did they get some more in stock? They have 1 in stock for 40 bucks. So I mean, I might actually just buy this before I upload the video. So that way nobody else can get it. I'm thinking about it. I mean, damn, $40 though. I mean, honestly, guys, I honestly think it's only gonna go up. Don't shoot the messenger though if it doesn't, because I mean, like, look, if this is almost 50 bucks a TCG player, Rochester already has it at 65. Red Riot has it at 40. I'm very tempted to pick this up now. Guys, I think Frigid Heat Wave is going to be the wave going forward. That's just my opinion. The next card is a lot cheaper. We're talking about Dark Shadow Ruin. Now, this card is really cheap. Here's a UR that is very, very cheap. Now, I don't think that this is going to spike at all to, like, absurd numbers or anything like that. Because, like I said, it's historically been at this price since release. I just think it's a really, really good card. And I think it's probably going to see some more play, especially with the new Todoroki. We'll see how good Todoroki is, but just the ability to be able to give it +2/+2. Dark Shadow Ruin's ability is allows itself to kick in. Then you get to stun 3. Like, it's just a really good card. Again, I don't think this card's gonna go up to absurd levels where it's gonna be super expensive, but I do think it's a good card, and I wouldn't be surprised if it does go up a little bit just because there's gonna be some new users of this card. It's just a really solid, good card. My next card, oh yeah, and I only had like 3 copies of this, so I had to buy another one. But again, like I said, if it does go up, will it even go to like $10? I don't know. We'll have to see how popular the new decks are. But again, Dark Shadow Ruin is just a really, really good card. The reason why it's not too expensive right now is because there is really only one deck that can run it, which is really just the Tokoyami, right? And Tokoyami is starting to pick up a lot of steam. But again, if Todoroki 2 becomes something that's really, really good, you know, I could see if they decide to build around fire, this is a must, right? So the next card that I personally picked up, and again, here's another card that I don't know if it will go up significantly, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did, was Staff Strike. Now, Staff Strike is, one, I love the art. It's really, really good. This is one of the cards I already have a playset of, so like, you guys don't have to think like, oh yeah, like he's just trying to mine or something, whatever. Yeah. So Staff Strike for me, like, especially when it comes to Momo, like, I think a lot of people felt like, how can I get more damage, right? Like, how can I get more damage? How can I kill my opponent? And with Mei Hatsume coming out, we still have to see the rest of her cards, but we know she's going to synergize with weapons, and then also the new keyword, tech. We haven't seen any tech in the game yet other than her own asset card, but we know that's because she has the all and life symbol. Depending on which symbol you want to build around, either or, you'll be able to play Staff Strike in some capacity. So because of that, it makes me think, like, will she be a better Staff Strike user than Momo herself, right? Because you'll be able to continuously draw cards in order to get your combo chains going, but then on top of that, you're able to give a ton of damage, right? You have Mei Hatsume, who's going to be able to pump up Staff Strike for each asset that she has, but then on top of that, you're going to be able to give it +1 speed and +1 damage for each one of her babies that she has as well. So this attack can become absolutely ridiculous, right? You know, especially if you Staff Strike and then you're able to Staff Strike again or something like that. I mean, there's just a lot of interesting things that you could do with this card with Mei Hatsume. Now, I've played tested with Mei Hatsume a little bit. She's a little bit of a pipe dream right now. I'm hoping better players than me will be able to figure out some interesting tech. Just because she starts off as a 5-hand sizer and then ideally can go up to a 7 or 8. If she can get to 9 safely, even better. But I mean, it's it's hard. I don't think I've ever been able to pull it off in a game because there's just so many other cards you want to play. You have to play defense and all that stuff. So typically you can get her to a 7-hander. 8-hander is when you're popping off. So I don't know. We'll see how people decide to build her. We'll see how she ends up developing. But I could definitely see Staff Strike being played in Mei Hatsume, and I would not be surprised if this goes up to like a $10, $15 card. Again, not too much of an increase, but if this does go to like $15 or something like that, it doubles in value. So that's just my opinion. That's just my observation. I don't know. Still needs more testing. I don't think it's gonna be that huge. Okay, next, these last 2 cards. One for All, Full Cowling, Nitro Explosion Ignition. I mean, first of all, shout outs to Ty, shout outs to Tony, shout outs to all those guys. You know, they've been talking about this card. I mean, everybody's been really mentioning those cards, but those two gentlemen have been the ones that I've seen personally first that were mentioning it, so I gotta shout them out. One for All Full Cowling Strike. Everybody's talking about how this card is going to be nutty. There's going to be some really good users. We already have good users of this card already, but we're going to have better users as well, especially the new Midoriya in set 2. A lot of people think that Midoriya is going to be very scary, and because of that, people are seeing the potential of this card. It was $30. Pretty good price. Pretty affordable. Now, if you want to place it, you're going to have to drop $200. So I'm lucky with my pulls. I never bought a single one. I have 3 of these. And to be honest, I'm probably going to be looking to sell them or trade them. Or maybe I might even do like my own tournament and like give one away as a prize to you guys, to my viewers. Because I'm not the biggest fan of Midoriya. And none of the characters that I really want to play are going to be like users of this card. So why not share back to the community, or if I can sell it or trade or whatever and get the stuff I need. I mean, that's always an option too. But yeah, this is just a card that everybody already knows from set 1, but it's going to scale very well into set 2, and a lot of people are excited for it. So now the last card, Nitro Explosion Ignition. I only pulled one of these bad boys, but I just purchased 3 of them from Rochester CCG, so shout out to them. I just purchased 3 of them, so I will have a playset of Nitro Explosion Ignition. And this card, a lot of people are thinking, okay, the new Bakugo isn't like the old one, discarding cards, whatever. I think Bakugo 2 has some huge potential. Now, we don't know all of his cards, and I feel like Jasco would not make this card an SR and then the next Bakugo not really have any use for it. I think that this card is going to have some use in Bakugo 2, and I think it will be nutty. This is me just completely being headcanon. This is completely just talking shit, bullshitting. I don't know, I just have a feeling. But we just got shown the new Gran Torino, and Gran Torino is another one of my favorite characters. I mean, a lot of people love Gran Torino, and I'll have a video of him coming out probably, if I do the deck profile tomorrow, then probably the next day, but I might do Gran Torino tomorrow. I'll see how it goes. But I mean, this is air, and Gran Torino has access to air, and Gran Torino synergizes with kicks, furies, and charge attacks. I mean, this card could see a lot of play in Gran Torino. Gran Torino scares me because I get like Kirishima PTSD. Will it be as good? Probably not. I don't know. We don't know yet. But I do get PTSD vibes from it. And if that's the case, Nitro Explosion Ignition, I could see it being played in him. Because I feel like it has natural synergy. I think anybody can see that. And if that's the case, this card will go up, because if Bakugo becomes a really good deck and he can utilize this, and Gran Torino becomes a really good deck and he can utilize that, then it's gonna go up. I mean, it's like the frigid heat wave effect, right? Like, it's just one of those things, like when there's multiple decks that can really use a card, the price is gonna go up. It's really straightforward. So again, those are just my opinions on cards that I think are gonna go up. If you have them, great. If not, and if you're thinking of picking them up, I would say pick them up now. I mean, it's probably a little bit too late for a full Cowling Strike. If you guys seen Ty's video, then you guys should have picked them up when he was talking about it, because I think at that time it was like $35. Now it's a $60 card. Really insane stuff. So this is probably out of your reach. If you guys are planning on playing Bakugo or Gran Torino or something, maybe pick these up. I know I did personally. Like, again, I'm going off of, I don't know, but you guys know Bakugo is my favorite character, period, out of like heroes, villains, anybody. And so I wanted it for my own personal collection, and because I think Bakugo 2 might have some potential with this card, I don't know, but that's what I was going off of. Frigid Heat Wave, I wish I could buy this, but I mean, right now to pick up a playset would be really expensive for me right now, especially after I got my Nitro Explosion Ignition. So this is probably out of my budget, but again, this is probably only going to go up. Very sad noises for Dobby. I hope Dobby doesn't need to play this to be optimal, because I mean, I'll still play Dobby without this card. I mean, it's not going to stop me from playing Dobby, but I mean, if you want to be competitive, you know, but I mean, I'm staying away from it for now, but I wouldn't be surprised if this goes up. Dark Shadow Ruin, Staff Strike, a little bit more niche, but again, these are cards that I think could see play and go up a little bit more. So those are the cards that I think. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you guys agree with me? Do you guys think these have a potential, or do you guys have ideas for anything else? Let me know in the comment section below. Good luck, guys. Have fun in provisionals. Have fun playing the game, and I can't wait for set 2. And please, Jasco, show Dobby. Show Dobby. Like, they're gonna wait because they know Dobby's a fan favorite. They're gonna make Dobby the last card. Please, I hope we're getting Dobby in set 2, guys. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.